Hey everybody, another week and another video. I'm here this week to talk about a really cool topic, especially for the month of October. But before I get into all of that, let me just introduce myself to anyone who's totally new to me and to my world. I'm Danielle Massi. By trade, I'm a licensed psychotherapist, but in practice, I am a spiritual psychotherapist. I am a woo-woo shadow worker, and I'm going to be talking today, hey Sam, I'm going to be talking today all about Halloween, because Halloween as you know it is probably not exactly what it was intended to be, and this has been coming in loud and clear for me recently. When you think of Halloween, especially as someone who grew up maybe in the 90s, 2000s, 2010 era, depending on your age, you had costumes and you had candy and you had a lot of scary shit coming on TV all the time, movies and things like that. And what we don't talk about enough with this is that Halloween is designed to keep us at a really low vibration. That sounds weird, right? I loved Halloween growing up. It was my favorite holiday because it was like an excuse to kind of eat like shit and have fun in ways that were not always so great. And it was an excuse to kind of lower my vibration and give into my human impulses. Think about what Halloween represents. At its core, it is a holiday that has been commercialized to make us afraid. What benefit is there to making us afraid? What does anyone get out of us being afraid? Think about that for a moment. Think about anything that is fear-based. Think about what's going on in the world with this pandemic. If you're afraid, you can be controlled. If you're afraid, someone can make you feel like you want to be manipulated, like your decisions are not your own and you're actually okay with it. You'll hand them over willingly. And so Halloween as a whole, if we can tap into that energy and make you afraid by showing you images that make you scared, by giving you experiences that make you tap into that fear, what's happening is we are lowering your vibration and we are making you controllable. We are turning you into someone that we can manipulate. It's classic conditioning. And it's something that is the exact opposite of everything that we need to be doing. But there's another layer that we add on top of this, right? So first we make you afraid. We make you really scared. And then on top of that, we gift you with sugar. We give you a soul exchange. Ring on a doorbell, trade your soul, get some candy in return. And what we're doing with that is we are again lowering your vibration, because all of that sugar just clogs up your system. It just, man, it wreaks havoc on the body. It's not healthy for us to eat like that ever, let alone having all of that on one day. And so this is like a classic way to just dim everyone's light, to take their vibration and just make it so collapsed, so small, so clogged up and stagnant. It's horrible when you think about it. Halloween, when it was created, was Samhain, and it was a really beautiful time to celebrate the connection with the other side, with the divine, because during the month of October, the veil between worlds is so thin, and we all feel how thin it is. We have more people who experience symptoms of ascension and waking up during the month of October than any other time of the year, because the veil is so thin. We're able to connect with loved ones who passed on so much more easily. We have more supernatural experiences just because we're open to them. And so if our society can make us feel like we should be afraid of those things, they can help control the narrative. Instead of being excited about this and seeing this month where the veil is so thin, as an opportunity to expand ourselves and deepen our understanding of the universe and our world, what happens is we become afraid. Now when I have these experiences, I tap right into that fear, because they showed me a movie that was meant to make me afraid, because now I watch The Conjuring and I'm afraid of everything that's going to come through with that, and the fear just wreaks havoc on me. There's 4 layers to our aura. We have the spiritual, we have the emotional, we have the mental, and we have the physical. And these layers of the aura are key for us with everything that we do. And we are able to tap into these energies as long as we keep ourselves what's called in alignment, as long as we keep ourselves really clear. But what happens for so many of us is we get clogged up. Our aura gets clogged up with stuff, with racing thoughts, with all the things that we have to get done, with physical ailments, with emotional discrepancies, with fear. And this is a perfect way to control us, because if we make you feel like you want to be afraid, If we load you up with sugar and you're choosing it, now we're essentially just dimming your aura. We're just taking all of its power away. We're making you small. And so it's a perfect manipulation, a perfect, just absolutely disgusting way to manipulate the population. When this is a time when we could tap into our greatest divine essence. We could use the month of October when the veil is so thin to really cleanse and purify our bodies, to do our shadow work, to clear anything out that is mentally and emotionally keeping us back, any of the traumas that are physically living within our bodies, and just become pure vessels to receive anything that wants to come through. We would keep our aura really strong, and we would just be divine receptacles for information. If you're someone who's interested in deepening your own connection to spirit, if you're someone who's been trying to do this stuff for a long time and you're having trouble because you've done all the meditations, you've been doing Kundalini yoga, you've been trying everything, you listen to those binaural beats while you sleep and you feel like you're not getting that connection, now we need to look at the other pieces that are involved. This is a really special month too, because as we head into this month, the astrology is kind of showing us that a lot of stuff is going to be brought to the surface. A lot of truths are going to emerge. And so this is the perfect time to acknowledge the things we've been hiding from ourselves. What truths have we all been buying into as a collective that we are just letting happen, that we're okay with, you know? So we've been told since we were young, Halloween is all about fun. It's just like so great. Go to the movies and see all these scary movies and put up decorations that are terrifying and load yourself up with sugar. Because if you buy into that narrative, we can control you. My challenge for everybody who's on this today, watching live or watching this later on the replay, is to throw out that narrative, because here is the truth. The truth is that we are being manipulated. The truth is that we are being controlled. We are always being fed false narratives about who we are, why we're here, what our purpose is, and they're all bullshit. And this goes into every facet of our life. This is like the idea that you have to have a 9-to-5 job to be successful. Bullshit. That's not true. Or you have to have a graduate degree in order to be successful. That's bullshit. You have to do these specific things. You have to eat 3 meals a day. You have to go to sleep at this time and wake up at this time. And it's all just bullshit narratives. How often do we just tap into ourselves and go, what is it that I want? I bought into the narrative of Halloween for a long time because I used to love it. I used to tell myself it was my favorite holiday because it was just an excuse to have fun. And really what I was saying is I want to make myself scared, and I want to load myself up with sugar because that's what I'm being told is what's supposed to be fun. When I think about that now as an adult, that sounds crazy to me. Those are like the last 2 things that I want to do. I want to keep my body really clear and really healthy. And I want to watch things that light me up and that make me feel fulfilled. I want my soul to be on fire when I invest my energy into things. And so the meaning of the holiday has totally changed for me, especially in this past year with everything that's going on in the world as all these truths are coming to the surface and the veil is being lifted. And so my hope is that you feel into that too, and that you stop buying into the narratives that are being given just because they're being given. Ask yourself, what do I want? What makes sense for me? What makes me feel good on every level? What gives me pleasure? And am I allowing myself to indulge in those things, or am I being fed some narrative about that not being okay? Like, you're not allowed to nap during the day. That's one of my favorites. You're not allowed to nap during the day because that means you're unsuccessful. I think naps make you successful, because if you can give your body the time to rest the same way you would plug in a phone, then it's at full capacity. Then it's ready. Then it's ready to just take off at that point because you're energized and you're clear and you're good to go. Same thing with filling your body up with things that really make it feel nourished and fulfilled instead of just loading up on candy. No one actually feels good after doing that. It's like coming back from a night after drinking where you thought you were having fun, and then the next morning you wake up and you feel like crap. Your whole body is rebelling against those things. But the societal norm is telling you you're supposed to like this. What if we just kick those to the curb? What if we stop being told what we like? And we just start liking things because we like them. And we do things because they make us feel good. And we lean into our own divine connection, because we know what's good for us. Because in our gut, we know what it is that we need, what it is that we want, and we know how to get there. And so what I want to do today is I want to kick off with a little meditation. Just a short little meditation to really ground you into that space, so that you can use this to remember, to check in, to see what it is that your body wants to tell you, what it is that you're being called to do. And so for everybody watching live and everybody watching the replay, if you can, what I want you to do now is I want you to ground yourself, either sitting on the floor or sitting on a chair with your feet on the ground. And what I want you to do is I want to take your hands and just make sure that they're facing down towards the earth and place them gently on your lap. And what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes and to take some really deep healing breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. I want you to continue that pattern of breath. And as you do, I want you to imagine that out of the soles of your feet, or if you're sitting on the floor, out of your sit bones, you begin to feel roots growing down out of your body, growing down into the earth. And these roots are making their way through layers and layers of dirt, pushing past rocks, dirt, crystals, sediment, making their way further and further, going down towards the center of the earth, feeling the energy shift as these roots get closer to the center of the earth, feeling that energy change as they get right into the center of Earth's core, which looks like a giant orb. And it taps into this energy when the roots grow into here. And as your roots grow into this Earth's core, into the center of Mama Gaia, you feel energy being pulled up, feeling it pulled up and out of that Earth's core, making its way up these roots, traveling up through all of these layers of rock and dirt and crystals, feeling it get closer to you and feeling it electrify as it does, until eventually it gets right up to your physical body and you feel this energy coming up through your body. Feeling it pass up through your feet or through your sit bones, making its way up through all of your chakra points, beginning at the root of your spine, making its way up to the sacral chakra, right behind your belly button, up slightly more to the solar plexus, right in the center of your abdomen, moving up to your heart, moving up still to your throat, moving up to your third eye, right between your eyebrows, and then up to the top of your head at the crown, feeling that earth energy, feeling Mama Gaia speaking through you. And as you feel yourself totally charged with her energy, fully grounded in and connected here in this moment, this is where I want you to come back to whenever you have a question about what it is that you want to pay attention to. You can check in with Mama Gaia and ask her, is this for my highest and greatest good? Is this experience something that is going to make me feel aligned? Or is this thing that I'm about to embark on pulling me further away from alignment? And then just listen. Listen to the wisdom that your body and that the earth have to tell you. For a moment, just let your mind go quiet and begin to feel into your body. Notice if there are any tingles, any charge of electricity or movement, a twinge somewhere, something that is calling you, something that is making you feel like this part of your body has something to say, something it needs you to know. And then check in on that place. Maybe you feel it right at the location where all of this energy just began to course through your body. Check in wherever it may be. And just allow your body to give you some wisdom. Allow it to share with you what it is that you actually need. Once you're done with that, I want you to take a deep breath and exhale. And I want you to ask yourself about fear. How does fear make you feel in your body? Where does fear live in your body? How has fear stopped you from being able to connect with the divine? How has fear stopped you from going after everything you've ever dreamed? And then ask yourself this. If fear causes those effects, if fear has these ramifications, why is it that we are being fed fear? Why is it that fear is being pushed down our throats? Why are we being split in two and being told to be afraid of the other side? Why are we always in opposition? Who benefits from this? Who benefits from our fear? During the month of October, when the veil is so thin, who benefits from us being afraid? Who benefits from our fear? Who benefits from us not being able to fully ground into love? And when you have an answer to this, when you understand a little bit more about who controls you, about who it is that benefits from you being afraid, check back in with yourself and ask, what would I rather feel instead? What is it that my body, that the earth, that my family and my friends and my spirit guides and my highest self, what do I want to feel instead? What is the vibration that I choose to carry? For me, it's love. Love always wins out over fear. Love vibrates at such a higher level. If we can tap into that divine energy, we can remember that we are not actually divided. We are all one. We're a collective. We are all here having a human experience together. And I love everyone around me for that. I love my triggers because they're my teachers. I love the people who challenge me because they are a mirror. I love that I'm incarnated at this time in this place because that means that I'm ready to do some really deep soul work. And I love that. Take a deep breath in as you feel what love feels like in your body. Breathing in and noticing where love lives. Notice where you feel love. Maybe you feel it overwhelmingly throughout your body. Maybe you feel it in your heart. Maybe it lives somewhere else entirely. When you love yourself, when you truly love yourself, you can't allow fear to get in there and break it up, to change it, to alter it in any way. And so anytime something this month comes in to scare you, this month and every month beyond, tap into the feeling of love. Remember it, embody it, feel it within your body. Ground your roots into the earth and ask yourself where it is that day. And use that to bring you back home, bring you back into your body, back into yourself, back into your grounding. And choose not to be afraid. Breathe in one more time, holding the breath at the top. Breathing in. And hold it. And just fully feel all the oxygen within your body. How grounded you feel. How calm. How loved. how connected to Source you are. And breathe out. And then whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. Cool. That was super powerful. Thank you for everybody who did that with me live. I could feel every single one of you. I have goosebumps, literally. I guess that's it for today. If there's anyone who's watching this and kind of picked it up in the middle, make sure you go back in and watch the replay. I'm going to post it all both on Facebook and on Instagram, so you guys will have that. Thanks, Becky. Becky said that was amazing. You're amazing. Alchemy178 said the same thing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful for you all. Oh, Juliana, hi. Cope. Oh my gosh, there's so many people in here today. I love you guys. Thank you for joining in. And I'll be back here next week on Monday. Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you missed it, catch the replay that's going to be posted, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you. Bye.